Good morning and welcome back to the allotment and the channel, where it is a cloudy, overcast day, but very, very close. It's quite humid. We're expecting a storm. We're now on Saturday, and I'm doing this video on Saturday because I'm going to be rather busy tomorrow because it's Father's Day over here in the UK. So I will be going down to the cemetery and taking some flowers down for my dad and doing our little ritual of having a little run and just hopefully relaxing and taking it easy. I think the kids will be bobbing round, and yeah, so I'm going to be chilling out tomorrow. So I thought I'd come down today, try and get things sorted out, one or two loose ends before I need to get that tidy up. You know, you go through getting stuff out, putting things in, and you're really, really busy. And then you've got bits hanging about, wheelbarrows with weeds in, you know, all your pots and things like that are all over the place. So I wanted to try and get these last few things out. And once I've done that, I can crack on and just start to tidy up and sit back and enjoy it. So let's get on and get some work done. So the first job that we're going to do today is I'm going to get the majority of what's left of the compost out and onto the overwintering onion bed that we harvested the other day. I'm wanting to liven that up. As you can see, there's a few weed seed spores got into the compost. There's a little bit of weed, so get that out as we go. Yeah, I've got one or two squash left over, so I thought, do you know what, I might as well make use of that bed. Let's get them in there. I've already put some well rotted manure onto the bed, just to give it a little bit of life, and hopefully this compost will be the final ingredient in the recipe, and hopefully we'll get some decent squash and pumpkins. They're not looking in that good a nick, to be fair, because they've been outside the greenhouse. I've been watering them every day, but they're a little bit pot bound, but hopefully they'll be okay. God, it's so warm today. It's unreal. And then that's going to allow me to turn the compost bay, where the camera's mounted now, into this one. And hopefully we'll have a repeat success next year. Right in there. I think one more barra should do the job. So now, as you can see, the manure's on there. I'm just going to get this liberally scattered across the bed, and I'm going to do no more to it, and I'm just going to plant straight into it, and hopefully it'll be like rocket fuel. See ya. Something there. Label, what was that? Narcissus. So fingers crossed. All I'll go do now is go get the plants. So here we have them, and as I said, I have neglected these, so a little tidy up is required, but fingers crossed, once they get in the ground they'll go above. I've got a mixture of butternut squash, there is a pumpkin in here, which I think that's the one, we've got some crookneck, and I think that's it. Altogether we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 butternut squash and 1 pumpkin, and I'm going to put them in here and let them run riot. Where's that trowel? That disappearing trowel. There it is. I'm sure this grows legs. Right, should I say, I think that's the pumpkin down there. So let's just space them out. I'm going to put one there. I'm going to put one there. Send it that way. I'm going to put one here. Send it out that way. One on the corner, going out that way. Pumpkin in the middle, and I got room for another one. Oh, what the heck? Put one in there. There's one there, one there. No, I can space these better than this. One there, one there. Pumpkin around there, you there, you over there. And if these want, I'll let them climb up and over and onto the fence, go down the path. I'm not bothered about them sprawling about, I'll just keep them tidy, and when I get to a point where we've got some decent squashes on there, then I'll just chop it off and just manage from there. Right, I'll get these in. There we go. That's them. All planted. Give them a watering in. And hopefully we'll get a decent harvest. I've thrown them in, I've not given it too much thought. There may be problems that'll come back and bite me, but at the end of the day, yeah, it's going to be busy border, but so what? Keep an eye on it. And it's only what I had spare, so the onions have come out of there, so make use of the space. Right, I went to the supermarket to get some flowers for my dad, and I picked up 1 or 2 plants. to add to Lily's bed, so I'm going to get those in now. So I just picked up 3 geraniums, pelargoniums, whichever you want to call them, and I'm just going to bob them in here at random. And this is what I'll do all the time when I'm going to the garden centre or the allotment. If I see something I fancy, I'll get it and just fill this little border up. Keep it nice and bright, just like the personality of Lily. So these weren't bad, 3 for a £5. Can't go wrong. And I love the smell of them as well. Like an oniony smell, haven't they? These fruit trees haven't done that brilliant this year, but that's to be expected, you know, with them being transferred. So hopefully next year, when they've got the roots down, they'll put on a better show. I mean, there's fruit on there, but they're not prolific. So I'm going to get plenty of water into them, and hopefully next season they'll grow on. These weeds are still growing, and that's the importance, to try and get your stuff out. At some point there is a bit of a race to do that, because under your brassica nets, under your parsnips, under all your plants, all the lush green growth, there's loads of weeds. So the quicker I can get all these plants in, and I can just get on to the normal, boring but therapeutic weeding, the better. Ali's lilies have come up well. Hey up, seen a lily beetle, it's getting it. Come here. Where are you? Oh, there's a few of them. There's another. There it is. I've toughened up now, I just squeeze them. Right. I'm going to take you up and just show you something that's really surprised me, but I'm very pleased about. Gosh, I'm going to have to tidy up. Remember the spring onions? I went through them and took out the worst, but these all seem to be faring quite well. As you can see, there's patches where I've pulled out the worst ones, so I'm going to leave them and just see how they go, and if we get something from them, then do you know what, that's a bonus when I thought all were lost. As I said before, it never affected the shallots, so that's good news, but that's not what I want to show you. Go and have a look at this. Now couldn't bring myself to throwing these leeks out. I pulled the odd 1 or 2 that looked a little bit dodgy, but these all seem to be standing up nice. So, you know, I mean, look at that. So I took a chance and left them in, and fingers crossed, hopefully that was a good decision, because they don't look 3 bad to me. This brassica cage is going a bomb. The purple cabbage is looking good. The sprouts have really kicked on, and the broccoli down the front has bedded in. But I'm starting to get flowers on the beans here, but as you can see, being infiltrated by tons and tons of weeds. Even tomatoes growing in here. They must have seeded last year, because I think I had tomatoes in this bed. Again, over here, this brassica bed is doing really, really well, but they're hiding all those weeds. So next week, I'm going to continue where I've left off. I weeded this bed, but they're coming back already. That bed where the onions were. Now I know that the leaf miner can overwinter in there, I'm reliably told, and the other bed. So no onions in there next season. But I've weeded it. I've weeded this one, and this one, where the fennel. And look at this. Pigeons now, same as last year. They've started taking a fancy to kale, to rainbow chard. Look at that. You can see where they've pecked at it. So I might just have to throw a little net over the top of this just to keep them off so they can get established. As last year, once they established, they were fine, they left them alone. But we're getting to a point now, what with pests and diseases, you know, we're going to be covering everything up. So yeah, I'm going to work across this way and work my way down and get all the weeding done. And there's no better feeling. Look at these sweet peas. Let's have a smell. Oh, lovely. I might take scissors to them and take a few home for wife. We should get some from there. Look at the weeds in here. So, yep, next week is going to be weeding time. And this flower bed's filling up nicely. Glad to say there's no weeds in there. Keep a sharp eye. Ah, this reminds me. I overheard Martin over at the Hanley Plotter, and he said that if the necks are soft, they're not going to store very well. Now, these are the overwintering Shensu onion. He says not going to store very well. So, if that's the case, what I'm going to do is once we get these cleaned off, taken home, peeled and diced, and put in the oven, and put in the freezer. So, yep, and I still haven't dealt with the garlic harvest yet. Still got to get these tidied up, but they feel nice and firm to those, so I'm pleased with that. Right. Oh, this is another thing I've got to get a grip of. Look at them. They're absolutely massive. And I think I'm going to have to take glass out. No, they are getting rather big. So I think I've learnt a lesson here. It's fine to put them in here, but you've got to get the smaller varieties, you know, not tall ones, because they'll be taking glass out soon. Oh well, that's brought us to the end of another video. A short one this week, because I've got quite a bit to do today. When I get home, I've got to nip out and visit a couple of people before I do that, and then I want to try and get the patio at home jet washed, and I'm going to try and regrout any of the loose cement that's come out. So yes, I can't tell you how close it is here today. It really is. So yeah, so hopefully I'll be back on Wednesday with another update, and I think Wednesday is going to be the 200th. Yes, I think this is 199. I'm mistaken last week. This is 199, and then next week is the 200th video. So a double century. So hopefully all you people watching will tune in, and we'll see what we do for my 200th video. But until then, guys, take care, have a great week, and as usual, happy growing.